Have you ever had that feeling? You know the one. You've got all the options in the world, but instead of feeling free, you just feel completely and totally stuck? Well, today we're going to get into exactly why that happens.
I mean, this comment from a Reddit user just absolutely nails it. You sit down, you're ready to relax, you start scrolling, and an hour later, what have you watched? Nothing. You've just watched the menu screen.
And it's not just movies, right? It's that huge library of video games you were so excited to buy. Now they just kind of sit there, staring at you. The options are endless, and so is your indecision.
So what's going on here? If choice is supposed to be a good thing, a form of freedom, why does it so often feel like what they call analysis paralysis? That is the big question we are here to unpack today.
Believe it or not, this feeling, this whole phenomenon actually has a name. It's called the paradox of choice, and it's a concept that really flips our basic assumptions about happiness on their head.
Okay, so here's what we all think should happen. More choice equals more freedom, which should mean more satisfaction. It just makes sense, right? But the reality, what the research shows, can be the complete opposite. When you have too many options, your expectations for what you'll get just skyrocket. And then, when your final choice isn't absolutely perfect, you don't blame the overwhelming number of options. No, you blame yourself.
But let's be real. Having lots of choices isn't always a bad thing. I mean, we do like options. So the real question is, when does it cross the line from being good to being totally overwhelming? Well, scientists have actually pinpointed the specific conditions that trigger this feeling.
So a major meta-analysis basically found 4 key culprits. This choice overload thing is way more likely to happen when the decision is just plain hard, when the options are a disorganized mess, when you aren't even sure what you want in the first place, or, and this is a big one, when you're just trying to pick something fast. Sound familiar? That's basically every weeknight trying to figure out dinner.
And this isn't just a guess, by the way. Check out this number, 68%. That same 2015 study, and a meta-analysis just means they looked at a ton of different studies to find a pattern, found that those 4 factors we just talked about account for a whopping 68% of the effect. So this isn't just some vague feeling we get, it's a measurable, predictable psychological.
Okay, so it seems like the answer is simple, right? Just limit our choices. But what if it's not that simple? What if that exact same drive that paralyzes us in the cereal aisle is also the engine for something incredibly positive?
To really get this, we need to look at 2 totally different ways people make decisions. Psychologists call them maximizers and satisficers. Figuring out which one you are, well, that's the key to understanding your own relationship with choice. First up, you have the satisficer. Think of this person as the good enough decision maker. They have a certain standard in their head, and as soon as they find an option that meets it, boom, they choose it and move on. No looking back. Then you have the maximizer. This person is on a quest for the absolute, undisputed best. They have to look at every single possible option because they're terrified of missing out on something better. Now, you can probably guess who suffers most from the paradox of choice. It's the maximizers, for sure. That constant searching and those sky-high expectations can lead to a ton of regret. But, and this is the twist, that same exact personality trait can actually be a superpower for ambition and success. Get this. A 2022 study found that maximizers, even with all their potential for being dissatisfied, are actually more likely to want to be entrepreneurs. Their burning need to find the best path makes them more innovative, more alert to new opportunities. So the same exact thing that paralyzes them on Netflix is what fuels their drive to create something new in the business world. So, after all of that, what's the big takeaway here? Well, it really starts with asking yourself a simple question. When you make a choice, are you looking for what's good enough, or are you on that endless hunt for the absolute best?
You see, the key here is just self-awareness. If you know you're a maximizer, you can start to recognize when that search for the best is just causing you needless stress. And if you're a satisficer, you can appreciate your amazing ability to just be content. It's really about learning how to manage your own style in a world that gives us way, way too many options.
I want to leave you with this line. It's from the band Devo, and it was quoted in our source material. It just perfectly sums up the paradox we've been talking about. We have freedom of choice, but maybe what we're all really looking for is freedom from choice. It's a powerful thought to chew on the next time you find yourself lost, just scrolling through an endless sea of options.